Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today we are learning Canon and C, the intermediate version, and we're going to jump right in. So we're going to start off here with our right hand, and our right hand, you see, it's starting on 3. Now, an important thing to realize is that this melody, the first beat of every measure, it's going down by step. So E, D, C, B, A, G, and then it starts going back up, A, B, and then at the end it has a little difference, which is why we sliced it till there. We'll get there in a second. So start with your third finger. Now make the jump. Just drop your hand right on the D. Same thing, drop it down. And try to keep your hand as close to the keyboard as possible. You don't need to drop all the way down from the top like I was, exaggerating. Now that was important, you start going back up there. And this is the first change that you have. Just make sure you end off with this 3 on this G. Okay, so right now we are doing the left hand for measures 1 through 9 of Canon and C. So it starts off using fingers 5 and 1, and that's actually used the entire time. And we're just arpeggiating this 1st and 5th C major harmony. Then we drop down here to this G and do a G major harmony. Then we do an A minor harmony, 5-1, same thing, E minor, F major, C major, back to F major, and G major. And I would finish up here with this C major in your pinky. Okay, so we are going to start playing the measures 1 through 9 with hands together. So you want to start with your 5th finger of the left hand over on this C, and your middle finger, finger 3, on this E5 way up here. Now remember, this right hand is only going down by step the entire time until right here where it just goes up by step. So just remember that all you need to do is just move your hand a little bit. So let's get this going again. Here's this A minor, and now we got E minor. Here's F major, and a big jump down here to C major, back to F major, G major. Make sure you hit this D with this 5th finger, and then you got to switch to hitting this G with your 3rd finger and this C in the left hand with your 5th. Okay, so now we're working on measures 9 through 17 right hand. So we left off with this G using finger 3 in the right. And you just want to lean to the right, go up the scale, and then down. Now right here, it's important that you switch. I like to switch to this 3rd finger on this D. And now the C is using 2nd finger, and now I just kind of go back up this scale. Now right here, you're going to want to switch to this 3. And from there, you want to go 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 to end you off on this 2 on A. And now switch to this 4th finger on this C. And you're going to go thumb to 3. And then go lean back to the right to hit this G. And now you're going to do this under to this thumb. And then back to over here to this A. And then hit this, go right back to where you were, this 3. Thumb's going to go under. And then skip up to this F. And then back to this, roll back to this E. Okay, so now we're working on measures 9 through 17 left hand, and as you might be able to see, it's the same pattern from earlier. So if you don't know what these exact chords are by now, it'd be nice to just take some of this time to maybe say it out loud as you're playing. This is C major, and this is G major, this is A minor, this is E minor, this is F major, C major, F major, G major, and you end here on this C major. Okay, so now we're working on measures 9 through 17, hands together. So you want to start here with your right hand, third finger on G, and your left hand on this C. And right there, you notice how my hand automatically opened up to this octave position. If you don't already do that, it'll happen the more you play. Now make sure right here you're switching fingers to this 3. And right here you want to bring your pinky in to hit this F. Make sure you switch to the 3 here. Now you're going to bring your hand back to this F major position. You can feel this F sharp right there when you're there. And now roll right back to that 3. Make sure you skip to this F and just reset to the C. Okay, so this is how everything should sound so far. Okay, so now we're working on measures 17 to 24, the left hand. And this is probably one of the trickiest parts of this song. You really got to make sure you're playing these well and you feel comfortable with them before you move on. So these are these 2-octave arpeggios. They're following the same harmonic progression we've been using the entire time. And I'll be saying those chords out loud as we move through here. You definitely want to memorize that so that you can look down at your hands while you're going and not have to look between the sheet music and your hands. So you want to be doing that, but you also want to be following this fingering that applies to every single arpeggio here. So I'm going to start playing those. It's 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that was the C major arpeggio. Now we're going to go move on. This is G major. Now here's A minor. And now here's E minor. Now we're going to move to F major and jump all the way down to C major, back to F major, and finish off with this G major. And there you go. Okay, so now we're putting our hands together for measures 17 to 24. Prior to this point, you really want to make sure that you have 3 things really worked out. The first thing is this right hand melody. You want to make sure that you know it with your right hand, and I've already gone over some tips on how to remember it and what's going on for these 8 measures with the right hand. You don't really want to have to pay attention or think about that. That should almost be automatic. This left hand, you're going to have to be looking down at it. So when you're looking down, you want to look for 2 things. You want to look at the fingering, make sure you're following that fingering we were talking about. And you want to be making sure that you're thinking, what's the next harmony I'm going to? You start with C major, then you go G major, then you go A minor, E minor, F major, C major, F major, G major. So we're going to play here, and I'll just be saying those harmonies out loud so you can kind of see what my brain's thinking. G major, A minor, E minor, F major, C major, F major, G major, Okay, so now we're working on measures 25 to 33 with the right hand, and by far the most important thing you want to remember for here is using the correct fingering. So start off with your 5th finger up here on this G, and that's going to set you up to do this little octave extension between fingers 5 and 1. And so you end here on this G, and then you're going to go under the 3 with your thumb. And then you're going to go back here to this E with your 3. And right here you're going to want to switch to this C with your 3rd finger. So you can end off on this E with your 5th. That's going to let you do another octave. This octave with fingers 5 and 1, it starts to feel really comfortable and automatic the more you play. Now do another switch underneath the 3 to that A. And now back to the 1. And up to the 3, switch over with the 3, under with the 1, and now you're going to go to this 3 right here. Right there I went to the 1 on that C. So 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay? Okay, so now we're working on measures 25 through 33 with our left hand. Notice that this left hand arpeggio is almost the exact same as the one we've been playing in the earlier measures. If you really want that arpeggio to shine, you can bring out this bass line and let everything else kind of wash away. Okay, so here's the only difference in this arpeggio. You're going to do this G major arpeggio, but only go up and not go down. Then you're just going to finish with this C with 5th finger. Okay, so now we're going to play measures 25 through 33 hands together. Okay, so now we're going to play measures 33 to 40 with our left hand. Now this left hand pattern is a new one, but it's really not too bad, especially after doing all those arpeggios. What you're going to do is you're going to start off with this open 5th, but instead of doing 5-1 like we did earlier, you're going to do 5-2 and then hit this octave of the C with your thumb. And that 5-2-1-2 pattern is what you're going to actually be applying to this same harmonic progression we've been following this whole song. Okay, so here's measures 33 to 40 with this new left hand pattern. Okay, so this is measures 41 to 48, and we have a new right hand pattern. So you're going to start off with this 3rd finger on the G, go up to the 4th finger on the A. Now, right here you're going to go up a 6th. So if you have your hand in 5-finger position, a 6th is just slightly wider. And now you're just going to follow this scale down, 4th finger, 3rd finger, 1st finger, do a skip. Now back to the 2nd finger on the G. Now widen your thumb a little bit to hit this E. Now my middle finger, the 3rd finger, is right there on top of the A, so just press that down. And then it's just all scale up and down. So down, up, down, down. Okay, so here's measures 41 to 48 with our new right hand pattern. Okay, so you've reached measures 49 to 57, and as you may notice, there's not a whole lot of new stuff going on except for these two measures, which is why we started off with hands together. So this first little bit of material is from the opening theme. Now this is like almost like a slow trill, and you want to start with your fifth finger. You're going to use fingers 5, 4, and 3, and you're just going to rock back and forth with 5 and 4 on this C and B. And now hit this A, rock to the A just a little bit farther, and then just finish it off.